so tired of having to defend myself, of mentally having to defend myself to myself every day when I wake up and I'm bombarded by people who tell me that I'm a murderer and I deserve to suffer. And I have to remind myself, I am not. They are lying. They've been lied to, so they're angry. And I know they're never going to stop. Because once you've convinced somebody of something like that, you can't unconvince them. Even if I went back to Florida and demanded a trial and came back innocent, the people that are attacking me would still not believe that I was innocent. They would just say that I thwarted the system, that I tricked them, that I manipulated, that I got away with it. I didn't commit the crime. I'm not a murderer. I'm just poor. If I wasn't poor, I could sue them for slander and defamation because what they're doing is illegal if you have money. If you don't have money, they can say whatever they want. If you have money, there are a lot of stipulations on what people can say about you. If I had any money, I could sue them for what they've done. They've destroyed any chance I have of living a normal life. It's not like I had that much opportunity to begin with. My mental health conditions are going to make sure that I'm never normal. But now I'm going to wake up for the rest of my life with people telling me to kill myself. With people telling me that God wants me to kill myself, that God is speaking to them and telling them to hurt me. And I have to reason in my heart that I don't deserve that. Because I don't. And it's just like when I was a kid. Always being told that I was ugly and worthless and stupid. And having to talk to myself and tell myself that I had worth. Because I have worth. I am a human being, just like everybody else. If I had killed somebody, I would be in jail. There was a full investigation into the murder. It took years. There was an investigation, there was a trial. All of that is legally documented. I didn't kill anybody. I was never arrested for killing anybody. Well, I was investigated, yes, because I was a witness to a murder. I cooperated with that investigation. 100%. I went to the police and told them everything. I didn't even have a lawyer. I got him on the phone and made him confess to everything. I didn't even have a lawyer. I gave them my laptop and my phone. I never even had a lawyer. I did everything to help the police. make sure that Kenneth McBride spends the rest of his life in prison. I did everything I could to make sure that the truth was known. I didn't hide anything. I didn't lie about anything. I didn't get a lawyer to help me learn how to cover up things, because I didn't need one. That day that I went to the police, I stayed with the police detective all day long. He drove me around places, I showed him places, I spoke to people, I talked to them all day long, and I never requested a lawyer because all I was thinking about was putting him away and making sure that he couldn't hurt anybody else. If I had any involvement, I would have been terrified to speak to the police like that without getting a lawyer. If I had any involvement, I would have been terrified to give over my computer, to give over these things. I did everything I could to help the police in their investigation, to put him away. If they had found evidence that I had committed the crime, they would have arrested me. Because I gave them all of the evidence that existed. I told them where her body was. I gave them my computer that had the emails. I gave them everything. So if the police found that I committed the crime, I would have been arrested. I would have been charged. Y'all can say unindicted all day long. It means never charged. And if you're never charged, you can't be guilty because there's laws in America that say you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. A court of law, not a chat room. A courtroom. A courtroom with juries and judges is completely different from a chat room with people who don't understand the law and don't understand half of what they're looking at. For the first 2 years that these channels attacked me, they went over the court documents wrong. They continuously said his defense attorney was the district attorney. There's a big difference between a defense attorney and a district attorney in a murder trial. His defense attorney was a public defender. The district attorney was working on my side. And so when these people, they took these court records and they read it out as saying, well, the district attorney said that she did this. It was the defense attorney that was saying that. And the defense attorney can just say shit. Especially in a closing statement. They can just say shit. It doesn't have to be true. And this group's entire basis on why they believe I committed the crime was something that the defense attorney said in a closing statement, trying to get a murderer off of murder, off of the death penalty. If there was any validity to it, I would have been the one on trial. I wish I was. I wish I could. I wish I could just go back to Florida and beg them to try me so that I could be cleared and I wouldn't have to live the rest of my life this way anymore. I didn't kill anybody. I angered people because I wrote a book in 2019. I wrote a book while I was homeless to try to make a little bit of money for myself. I told my story, and it made my family mad. That's why they're doing what they're doing. It's not because I killed somebody. It's not because God is telling them that I killed somebody. It's because my family is angry. that I told the truth about them being abusive. You can tell how abusive my family is by just looking at the things that they say and do to me now. My own aunt targeted her nephew's grave, my brother's grave, is how abusive and hateful they are. In order to hurt me, she went after her own blood. And they will do that again. I have family members that I know can't stand up for me because they will be attacked. I sometimes become very afraid to speak out because I know that anybody that defends me is in danger. Because this group is dangerous. The people in this group are dangerous. They hurt people. Because I've had people defend me and they were attacked. When this began, people spoke out for me and said that I wasn't lying. And they were pushed out because they were threatened. People can't defend me without being threatened. That's not a fair system. So I have to defend myself to myself every single day of my life. I have to remind myself that they are lying. That I didn't kill anybody. That I am doing my best. I'm in therapy, I'm medicated, I'm doing everything I can to have a life, to be a person. I deserve to be allowed to be a person. I deserve to be allowed to live life. But I have to convince myself of that because there's people telling me the exact opposite every single hour of every single day. And they're lying.